Buying a new home in White Rock isn't just expensive, it's full of hidden costs that most home buyers don't even see coming. On top of the massive price tag of buying a new home in the area, you're also going to face additional costs in things like GST, property transfer tax, and other fees that can add tens of thousands of dollars to your final bill. If you don't prepare for these costs, you could end up maximizing your budget to the nines, or even worse, you could end up breaking the bank. In today's video, we're gonna cover the cost of buying new construction in South Surrey and White Rock. What does it actually cost you to find new properties in the area? We're gonna talk a little bit about some of the extra fees that you need to watch out for, and these are fees above and beyond what you might expect. We're gonna talk about how to know if you're getting the very best deal on new construction properties. You're gonna wanna hang around to the end as well, because I'm gonna share the number one thing that I see that not only stings most home buyers in the end, but also costs them thousands of dollars of money that they were unprepared to spend. If that all sounds good, let's jump into it right now. If you're wondering who I am, my name is Darren German. I'm a realtor with McDonald Realty in Surrey, BC, and team leader of the German Group. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, be sure to use the link below so you can connect with us and we can talk about your needs and what's important to you to help get you started. Furthermore, if you find that this video helps you and helps you make better decisions when it comes to buying new construction, please hit the like button and help people just like you find this video as well so it can help them too. I remember working with this couple, Lisa and Dan. They were new to the area, relocating to South Surrey. In fact, we met them through this YouTube channel, and they were really excited about getting in specifically to new construction properties. For whatever reason, it had completely caught their eye. But we met them a little bit further on in the process, and they had a few problems along the way. So here's what happened. They had fallen in love with a shiny new home, a White Rock home, a trophy home, one that they were absolutely head over heels about. The challenge in this story, though, was that they were originally at this time dealing directly with the developer. You know, on the surface level, the price seemed fair, the workmanship to the home, it seemed pretty nice. And they really loved a lot of the features that the developer had put into this home because, well, it was attractive and it was new. They were about ready to sign on the dotted line, to absolutely commit to buying this property. But Lisa just had this second sense where something felt a little bit off, and she found herself asking a question, well, what might we be missing here? Thankfully, she did have that feeling, and that's when she reached out to me and my real estate team. And when we began to look into this property further for her and Dan, prior to them actually getting fully involved with it, we started to uncover some things that were pretty valuable to them. In one quick consultation, we uncovered several red flags. Flag number one, as an example, the developer hadn't disclosed that GST wasn't included in the purchase price of the property. This was a $75,000 surprise waiting to hit their budget. Worse yet, the price that they were about to sign for on this property was about $50,000 higher than characteristically similar homes that had just sold on the exact same street. This is when we stepped in. We helped Lisa and Dan negotiate a much better deal with the developer and also ensure that they had absolutely every cost accounted for before they committed fully to that purchase. Today, Lisa and James live in their dream home, but without the financial regrets, and we're pretty glad they called, and so are they. So there's some key advice that you need to know if you're ever considering buying new construction, and this really relates to anywhere. And the first piece of that key advice is you really need to know the area and compare the prices of the real estate you're inquiring on. As an example, right now, this detached home around 160th Street and 10th Avenue in South Surrey, right on the White Rock border, is on a 3,600 square foot lot, has over 3,400 square feet of living space, and features 6 beds, 6 bathrooms, over 3 levels, with a basement suite, asking $2.4 million. Or how about this one in Ocean Park? This is on a more traditionally sized lot at 6,200 square feet with 3,200 plus square feet of floor space, featuring 5 beds, 6 bathrooms over 2 stories. And this house is incredible. All the upgrades are here, including engineered hardwood, maple cabinetry, Wolf and Fisker Paykel appliances, tankless hot water systems, radiant heat, air conditioning and heat pump, casement windows, natural gas barbecue hookup, EV charger hookup, security cameras, an alarm system. All of this is asking just over $2.6 million. That's kind of the going cost to buy a brand new home in South Surrey, White Rock right now, but maybe you don't have $2.6 million. Well, what about townhomes? Take this 1,238 square foot, 2 bedroom, 3 bathroom, which will be ready in 2025 for only $800 $600,000 located near the 163rd and 21st Avenue area. Or if you need something bigger, take this 1,700 square foot 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom near 25th Avenue and 156th Street near Sunnyside Park. While it won't be completed for about another year, the size, design, and location near Sunnyside Park, which features an outdoor pool, tennis courts, baseball diamonds, playgrounds, and more, well, it absolutely can't be beat. And if you're watching this and you can only afford the price point of a condominium, well, you're still in luck as well. There is tons and tons of new construction condominiums available in both South Surrey and White Rock. Here you can find 1-bedroom condominiums available for as low as $525,000 and 2-bedroom condos starting as low as about $600,000. There is tons of different price points for all different sorts of budgets, but that's the new construction cost in White Rock. And of course, all homes are different. There's going to be ones that are more expensive than these ones that are being shared. And the other piece of that is you need to make sure that you're getting value for it. And that's where professional and local real estate advice matters. So you're going to want to find someone very familiar with the community of South Surrey and White Rock who can help you navigate whether these prices are even valid or not. But that was just point number 1 of things you need to do to protect yourself when you're buying new construction. Point number 2 is even more poignant. That's because point number 2 is all about understanding the fees and the taxes involved when you buy new construction. Let me explain. Like my clients Lisa and Dan that I mentioned earlier on in the video, you need to understand every single penny that is going to go into the potential purchase so you are not left scrambling for money later on, or even scarily enough, breaking the bank. So remember the prices from earlier as well, the cost of detached homes, townhomes, and condominiums. Well, imagine adding 7% to the cost of those homes just like that. I'm talking about adding GST and property transfer tax to the prices of these properties. Some types of new construction, and additionally based on your situation and plans, may qualify for exemptions on some of these taxes. But to get detailed information on that, you're going to want to chat with either us, a real estate professional, or your accountant. But it's not just taxes you have to worry about. And before I jump into telling you about some of the other things you want to worry about, now's probably a good time to mention that if you are interested in buying a home, you're going to want to download a copy of our 21 grants and rebates available for home buyers and owners. You're going to be able to find that down below in the description so you can access it and make sure you save some money when you buy a home. So if it's not just watching out for taxes when you buy new construction, what else is there out there that can get you, that can rob you of your hard-earned money? You're also going to need to consider other items that may pop up unexpectedly, things like liens or unpaid trades related to the property that you are purchasing. Oftentimes, new construction does not include things like screens and window coverings. You're going to want to investigate with the city about any unpaid development charges. And the list does keep going on from there. Yet another reason why you want to have professional help by somebody who knows what they're doing when you're buying a new home, especially from a developer. But I promised you something at the beginning of this video about the number 1 thing that I see that stings most home buyers when they buy new construction that they absolutely never saw coming. You want to know what it is? It's people that buy into strata properties, new construction, that are enticed in by ultra low strata fees by the developer. One of the biggest surprises that new homeowners face when they buy new construction in either condominiums or townhomes is the issue of under-budgeted strata fees. Here's how it works and here's how it happens. To make the property more appealing to buyers, developers sometimes set the initial strata fees really low. It looks great on paper. Who doesn't want lower monthly costs? But there's a catch. These fees often aren't enough to cover the real operating costs of the building, like maintenance, repairs, and shared utilities. By the time the first year rolls around and the developer hands over management to the Strata Council, reality sets in. The building's expenses turn out to be much higher than what was budgeted for and what was expected. And the reality is this only leaves homeowners really with 2 options. Option number 1, a huge increase in monthly strata fees, or option number 2, a big special assessment to cover the gap. We've seen unsuspecting home buyers be hit with bills for thousands of dollars related to under budgeted stratas. Now, this is something that obviously can be avoided by having a professional review the financials and understand the cost of new construction. That's why on our team, at least, we always help the client review the developer's proposal proposed budget when buying new construction, and ensure it's realistic before they commit to that property. So at this point, you've got two key pieces of advice, and there's one third piece of advice that I'm going to share with you to make sure that you know everything you need to when it comes to budgeting or the costs involved in buying new construction. This is one you're going to love because, well, you're going to want to know if you're getting a good deal. This, of course, is important information, and you only really know if you're getting a good deal if you're comparing that new construction to other characteristically similar properties in the neighborhood, properties that may be new enough but aren't necessarily brand new. Then you're gonna really have to make a decision about what type of premium that you're prepared to pay for a new construction property versus one that's, let's say, 6 to 12 months old of very similar characteristics. You're gonna want to research, investigate, and check out recent construction, not brand new, but things that are on the resale market. And you're probably going to want to check out some other videos on this YouTube channel about all the reasons why we have been recommending our clients stay away from new construction for years now. That's really what this channel is dedicated to, is anything about Surrey, BC, White Rock, BC, or anything going on in the crazy world of BC real estate, so check those out. When it comes to knowing if you're actually getting a good deal, however, you likely don't know that developers and sales centers oftentimes offer gigantic incentives to different buyers, meaning not every buyer gets the same advantage that others do. This could be things like getting a $30,000 decorating bonus just for buying today, or getting all of the furniture in the sales center because you buy a home today. Instances just like these, and there's others, happen all the time. So you want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting and you don't get taken advantage of. Now, there's one more piece to making sure that you know that you're getting a good deal. And if you're a local or if you're someone watching from out of town, you may know that South Surrey and White Rock is a beachside community. And with a beachside community naturally comes homes that have views of Semiahmoo Bay and the ocean. With homes that have views or homes that are in such close proximity to the beach, you might be wondering, well, what effect does an ocean view have on the value of a property that I might be consider buying? You might be wondering what kind of impact a home that has an ocean view, well, what might that do to the premium of price for a particular property? You don't want to overpay, and you probably want to underpay. So what do? Well, we dove deep into this subject to figure out exactly what the premiums are for properties with ocean views versus properties that don't have them. So if you're interested in learning all about that, that video is coming up next. We'll look forward to seeing you over there. Cheers.